Briefly, I'm going to be explaining some of the ways where you can use the neem, as in how you can use them. For instance, neems are used for pest control. Not only, you know what pest means? It's not only pest actually. Neem are used in mosquito repellent, pest, mosquito repellent, and some other things. You use neem. You can see you use neem, mosquito repellent. Okay, let me just start like this. Their neem is dongoyaro, and the leaf is extremely bitter, very bitter. You know, if you live in the village before, like I do, you see they wake up in the morning, they cut the stick and use it for toothpick. So if you use it, I use it for brushing. When you use neem for brushing, some of the bitter thing that is coming into you is cleaning your system and washing your system. In India, as I read, neem is considered a very herbal tree and something you don't cut off. They don't kill it, you don't cut it off, because it's called the 40 medicine tree. Yeah, in India it's called the 40 medicine tree, something of that nature. So for you to know the value of neem. Now in agriculture, in crop production, I'm going to briefly tell you what we use neem for. In crop production, neem can be used in 3 forms. You can convert it to powder, neem powder, dongoyaro powder. You can convert it to dongoyaro oil, and we can also use it to do dongoyaro liquid pesticide. Pesticide means anything you can use to send away pests. And so let me briefly tell you how you use the tree. If you have liquid pesticide on the farm, I normally do it a lot. Some of my students that have attended our training, we've done a lot of the practical to do neem pesticide. So instead of you buying pesticide, something you want to send away your pests and everything, you go for neem. So there's a process we use which I cannot explain here, but you see, neem pesticide, briefly you soak it in water, you add some other things to it, and you use it to spray your farm. You mix it with water again and use it to spray your farm. And believe me, you don't need chemicals, you don't need synthetic. It works very well. You spray, you mix it with some other thing. You mix it with chili pepper, with ginger, in the right quantity, and you get your answer. Like I said, people that have been to my farm for practical they've seen the neem in action. Now the second method of using neem, which I've used, is neem oil. You see, neem oil is the most powerful oil. Powerful insecticide, powerful pesticide, powerful oil you can ever come across. It's so poisonous, or it's so not poisonous. It's so powerful to the extent that it can cause abortion in both human and livestock and everything. You know why? So people, they use it for birth control. They use neem. Yes, neem. This dongoyaro. They use it for. So it's not advisable for pregnant women to take dongoyaro or neem and everything. Okay, so neem oil extraction, you need an extractor. There are 2 methods by which you can extract neem oil. I think I will see if I can do the video of one. It's the simplest one. The other one, yes, I have the machine at home, but it's spoiled right now. There's an extractor, a neem oil extractor, that you dry the seed. It has seed. It's not producing seed yet. This thing will grow, and then eventually we start producing seed, but it's not coming with seed yet until maybe next month before the seed will start coming out. The seed, yeah, there's no seed yet, but the seed definitely will come out. When the seed come out, I'll show it to you. So the seed, you can take it, you wash it, you dry it, and after you dry the seed, then you put it into the extractor. It press it and bring out the oil. And to be candid, the truthful thing about it is that the oil is very tiny. If you have plenty seed, you might just get tiny oil, but that oil is extremely powerful. If you don't, in your watering can, if you want to use it to spray, if you want to use neem oil in your watering can of 16 liters, you need just a teaspoon. Yes, just a teaspoon. And like I said, it's a powerful pesticide. It kills any pesticide, any pest. Yes, neem is that powerful, neem oil most especially. But for we local people that don't have extractor, like I said, I have the extractor. For we local people that don't have the extractor and we really want to do neem oil, we don't need. So what we do is we take the seed, pound it in mortar, and soak it in water. You'll notice that the water at the end of the day will start bringing on some oily material, and then we use it to spray. There's still another method. I'm not going to discuss that. There's another method again for oil, and then neem powder. You see, most times on the farm, you see farmers. Okay, I'm seeing some tiny seeds, but like I told you, this is not the period for the seed. You see, these are the seed. These are the neem seed, but this is not the period for it yet. It's just coming. These ones are immature. These are the neem seed. So, like I told you, so for the powder, instead of you want to preserve your maize, you want to preserve your corn, you know, farmers go for all these toxic synthetic pesticide, and they will spray these things that are poison that can kill. So instead of that, if you do neem powder, the leaf, like I told you, the leaf, you use the leaf to prepare neem powder from the leaf. I told you, neem powder from the leaf, then you'll be able to use the neem leaf, as in you'll be able to use the powder to preserve, you'll be able to use the powder to preserve your corn, your maize, your beans, your whatever. Yes, neem powder. Neem powder works. Like I told you, it's a powerful pesticide, so it can preserve. But because it's not readily found on shelf and everything, so farmers don't really look for it. That's one. And then neem, when you want to grow your neem, you see, you saw the seed I was holding the other time. That seed I was holding, the seed, like I said, is what you can use the seed to germinate your neem. Like very soon now, once the seeds start dropping, I didn't plant all this tree. I only planted one. Look at it. That's the one. See. You see the big one there? You see? Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, this is the only one I planted. But it's after this one that every other one start coming out, you know. Every other one. The same thing I did on the farm. Like on my farm, I planted. On my farm, I planted neem seed. On the farm, I planted neem seed too, and now it's big now, because I remember then whenever I need the neem on the farm, it's not available on the farm. You find it in the town. So I pick from the town, take it to the farm, and while we're using it, it starts growing there. So I leave it there, and it has grown to a very big one. It grows very fast, and you can really. I notice in Nigeria, most like in the community here, they destroy it, as in they cut it away. They said it's breeding snake. I don't understand that. I don't understand their mentality with that. So they said it's breeding snake, but for. Like I told you, in India is a very valued tree. The neem seed. Okay, another advantage of the neem seed is that the dry neem seed, you can use it as fertilizer, as in not pesticide, not spraying again now, as fertilizer. Mix it with your soil. It brings in natural soil. It makes your soil it rejuvenates your soil. The soil becomes fertilized. Your produce will be. So those are the advantages of neem. And maybe one of these days, I'll see what I can do with how to extract the neem oil in our own local natural way, like I told you. I'll see, and then that's how we can extract the neem oil in our own local natural way, for you to understand how it works. And I hope from this I've been able to enlighten you a bit about neem. Like I said, neem is now there's something I didn't mention. Neem has an active ingredient. You know, when you go to the supermarket or anywhere and you buy chemicals, there's something they call active ingredient. When we say active ingredient, there's something that is there that is working, that is making that thing works. So the active ingredient in neem is azadirachtin. Like I always said, my spellings might not be correct, but my pronunciation might not be correct, but you get it. Azadirachtin is the active ingredient in neem. And how does neem kill pests? See, neem does not kill. If you use neem oil or neem liquid fertilizer or neem powder, they don't just kill your plant. The neem, what they do is they suffocate the plant. When the plant eats them or whatever, they suffocate the plant. And in the process of suffocating the plant will not be able to eat or anything, and that's how they kill them. It's a gradual thing. So when you use it on your farm, you don't expect them to die immediately. You understand? It suffocates them, and it kills only the insects that are eating your plant. If there are some beneficial insects, and there's some that are non-beneficial insects. So the beneficial insects, they don't eat your plant. Okay, let me come back again. Now, if my plant is this neem leaves now, and is on the farm, the beneficial insects, they are not eating the leaves. They come to look for flowers, which is not yet here. They come to look for flowers, and when they have access to the flowers, they just suck the nectars. Remember when we were young, we used to pick some nectars. They suck the nectar. But for the destructive insect, they eat the leaves. So when you spray neem water, neem oil, or neem whatever on your plant, any insect that caught it and hit will gradually die. But the beneficial one, like bees that doesn't hit your plant, they will not die because they are not hitting it, they are not destroying your crop, they are just being beneficial to you, they are doing pollination and everything. One other times I'll be discussing pollination. I think I've done. Today, you should read more about this or learn more or join me in my class. We have a practical class. We have an online classes. They are not free. Yeah, my practical class will be coming up by June. My online class will be coming out by May. And May, June. Yeah, the May class is online. The June class is practical on farm. That means you have to travel to my farm here. You have to stay here, and they've got a lot to learn. Catch you some of that class.